Hi there, it's Jennifer with Christy and Jennifer Flow and Transcendence. I want to talk a little bit about being proactive and the the gifts that you can give out to the world. You can be proactive in the big heart that you have. You can, instead of just having your heart sitting there not doing anything, you be proactive and go inside your heart and do the caring gesture for the stranger, or take your time out of the day and visit someone you know that may have been having a rough day, or being proactive and going inside your heart and doing something for yourself, and just knowing that you do matter, and there is a reason why we are here. We may have days where it's hard to acknowledge that, especially when sometimes the environment around you is it's not that wonderful of one. But it's days like this where you could be proactive in your heart, or even being proactive in accepting the care from other people. It might not be someone close to you, but there are energetic frequencies being sent towards you, and you can be proactive in receiving those positive energies. Because when people think of other people on the positive mindset, it brings those energetic, it's kind of like the energetic beams lasered towards that person. And you may not be near that person, but just the intention of the thought of the love that you are sending towards them, that is holding them up in a higher vibration, especially when someone else might be sending them laser beams of lower vibrations of that individual's hurtness. So it does matter on how you, it's being proactive in your thoughts and the caringness that you send out there for everybody. It does matter, and it does help. Every thought that we have and every intention in our heart that we have, or every action we do out of our heart, it sends energetic, kind of like laser beams out there to the collectives and to the individual that you are thinking of. So being proactive on, the moment you're thinking of somebody and you're just wondering how they're doing, reach out to them. That's a moment of being proactive from your heart. And you never know, they may be having a rough day, and just that just that gesture of you taking the time to be proactive from your heart or from the caring space, it can make them just remember that for a lifetime. Just the fact that you reached out at the moment you thought to reach out to them. It's those moments that make a big difference, when you're just doing something and you think of someone maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, and you're just like, send them a message or call them on the phone or write them a letter. Let them know you're thinking about them, because those are the moments that's where people feel like they matter, is when we take the time out of our day to acknowledge a stranger, or acknowledge a little lost puppy, or just acknowledging how well someone's um, done in their life, or you've seen the big accomplishments or changes they've made. Like maybe they was an addict before, and now they've made the choice to live life on how they wanted to live, on the healthier choice of things. And that takes a lot of courage. So, and even if you are that person yourself who has made those huge accomplishments, like everybody has made such huge steps and baby steps that have created a huge foundation to become the person you are. And going inside and realizing and remembering that about yourself, take the time and embrace that. Those are the moments you find your strength, because you're human. You've been through a lot, and you've made it this far, and you matter. And we have to, it's not a hard journey, but it's only difficult because, when you're on the spiritual journey, you're trying to figure out, and trying's the wrong word because trying means you're trying to control it, but you're learning how to surrender these negative feelings or these negative thoughts, and then not only that are you learning to surrender, you're learning how to trust and have faith that something you've never really done before is going to work out better than you've ever hoped. So that does create a little bit of blockages, but the art of surrendering and having the faith, that is the key. That is the key. And that will open up divine intervention. And they brought through about what a miracle is a couple of months ago. And a miracle is, there could be two people. They don't have to necessarily be fighting, but maybe there's like a little disagreement, and one person has to make the other one feel bad, or the one person has to prove that they're always right, and it's the person that can just choose love and ask your guides, how can I view this differently? How can I help me see this differently? And the other person still might be doing their chaos and their negative and their mean words. They may still be doing that, but you do not have to give that person a reaction, a response. You can be proactive in following your heart and asking your guides, how can you see this differently? And just by doing those words, it's like a divine intervention happens and a miracle happens. And that's the definition of a miracle, when you are choosing love instead of choosing to surrender to the negative aspect of something. Ask your guides, help me see this differently. Help me view this differently. And a miracle will happen. It's our birthright. And that's the act of surrendering and having faith for what you need at that moment. And you know, I don't like using the word test, but sometimes on the spiritual path, we are ascending so far up, and we may be having an assignment, or it might be a situation where we don't know. We might be hosting at the time, and the choice is, am I going to choose the healthiest path that's for me, or am I going to choose the path that's going to leave me stagnant and continuing in the struggle and the hardship? Or am I going to have trust that I can surrender this and the path will be provided to me? It could be looked at like that because, you know, when you are hosting, you go through life reviews, and sometimes when you are ascending so far, it is things come up to see how well you are going to respond to it. Not that there is a right or a wrong way, but there is ascension, and there is um, not going forward or backwards, but there's an ascension and a descension, and there's just a standing still. And moments like these where it's really stressful, it's a time to go inward and use the tools that have been provided through the guides and everything to help you make the right choice, not right or wrong choice, because there is no right or wrong, but to help make the choice that you feel led to make on the energy of the frequency that you choose to make that decision on. You can choose it into the third dimension way, or you can choose it into the fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension. You can choose that. And then also you can also ask your spirit guides to you know on this earth realm, we think of this as our home, but when you look at it from a soul and a spirit aspect, your home is, it may be heaven, it may be Arcturus, it may be Syrian, it may be any of these different galactic places, but whenever you get stressed, we are learning that you can ask your spirit guides and ask your God, your source and your healed ancestors. You can ask them to center you back home. And that just means it will bring your energy and it'll bring your energy and your frequencies in a calmness space, kind of like the infinity symbol. It'll be more into the central middle point to where there's not no rocking or balancing, and it's kind of like a direct, uh, you're steady, you feel calm, you know exactly how loved you are, you know exactly who you are, and you can ask your guides, bring me, guide me back home, God, center me back home. I want to feel like I'm back home. And they will. We have to remember that we have free will in this on this earth realm, and we just have to ask the question. We have to be specific about exactly what we want. And this 2024 it's the year of the 8, but not only that, if you add today's dates, the 1 and the 1, that's a 10, and then you take the 1 and the 0, and that's a 1, that's a powerful, and then you take the 0, and that's like a powerful, it's like all of the divine into a circle, and you're the center point of it. So it's like you have all this help and intervention and proactiveness inside your heart that you can be proactive on right now. So if you feel led, go within inside yourself and love yourself. Talk to your guides. Ask them to center you back home. Ask them how you can view this differently. You can ask them to go deep inside your soul and cleanse your soul of all worry and all judgment and all doubt and of all negativity that is not yours. You can call back your power and you surrender. Drop all of this off to the feet of your angels, and they will take it away, and it's there for them to take away. And then you just fill your mind with your heart thoughts and your heart center, and you journal. Take your time to say your prayers, send your blessings, and just listen for your thoughts and do something that creates you into your heart center. You are a very powerful being, and it's a remembrance. And I'm sending you all love and sending you all light and holding you up. And it's going to be a wonderful 2024. And it's going to be a year of caring, kind of like being proactive and reaching out to your neighbors or your friends or your community or to yourself. Be proactive and caring. Well, with much love and much thanks, we appreciate you and we love you, and have a good night.